Hey gang, Spada here, and today we are taking a look at Transformers Armada Deluxe Class Sideways. Now, Sideways, for those of you who don't know, and spoilers here, is actually the Herald of Unicron from in the Armada universe. And he has both an Autobot and a Decepticon side. Except it's not as convincing as Punch Counterpunch. It's just nowhere near as cool, but we'll get into that in a minute. Overall, though, the figure is a very cool-looking motorcycle, if not entirely impractical. It is supposed to be a cruiser, but it just, I don't know, it just is a little bit weird for me as a motorcycle. But it's not bad, and it does stand on its own without a kickstand, so I do approve of that. It actually comes with two Minicons. This Minicon right here is the combined version of the Minicons. It splits apart, and each one of those halves forms its own separate Minicon. And that is a neat little gimmick. I like that gimmick. Unfortunately, they are completely lacking in any real detail. I mean, there's nothing here. I mean, you don't even have eyes. They're just bits of plastic, and what little faces they do have aren't very well molded. So they're kind of silly, but they work. They're more function over form. So yeah, they're okay. Here we have Sideways himself without Rook or Crosswise. I don't remember which one's which, so don't ask me. Okay, so transformation for this guy is really interesting, actually. We're going to start off by taking the front of the vehicle and folding it up, and then turning it around completely and pushing it back into the driver's seat area. Then we'll reach underneath and fold out the engine area. Just fold that straight out, and then fold it on the other hinge, and fold it in until you can attach or peg in the arm, what will be the robot arms, into the motorcycle's driving area. Next, we'll come back here and collapse the wheels and fold them up behind the back. Take the seat area and pull it straight out to form the legs, and then fold the seat back and split it apart, and then just kind of figure out how you're going to fold it up and form the feet. Like that. The last bit of transformation is going to be done by grabbing the handlebars and pulling straight up to form the head, or to reveal the head. And here we have Sideways in robot mode. Posability is severely lacking. You used to be able to turn the head, but I can't turn it anymore. It doesn't turn. Arm is on a swivel and a tight ratchet, and then there's a swivel at the elbow, and there's no bending at the elbow, but there is a little bit of bending at the wrist. And the reason you can't bend at the elbow is because of the missile launching gimmick. Legs, same as the shoulders, swivel and a ratchet. No movement on the knees because of the transformation, and the feet, well, no movement there either. So what is the head gimmick that I was talking about earlier? Well, Sideways has an interesting gimmick where each one of the little Minicons forms a different head. So what we're going to do is we'll push his head down and rotate the handlebars as far back as they'll go. And then we'll take, say, this guy. Take his fists or arms and point them straight down, and then just kind of work the legs out to be horns. And then reach in here and push up on that little part like a Headmaster to form the head. And then what we'll do is we'll line up where the fists can get pushed down, and there we go. And now he's an Autobot. Personally, what I like to do is I like to just put the legs and just have them straight back like that. I personally like that a little better. It doesn't look as interesting as having the legs sticking straight up, but I just like to get the legs out of the way. That's just a personal preference. I mean, you can even go so far as like just kind of splitting them like that, just getting them out of the way, or you're supposed to have them displayed out like he did in the show, but I prefer not to. Now, as you can see, using the white guy, he is, or I'm sorry, the gray. He's really actually gray. he becomes an Autobot, which is pretty cool. So we'll remove him, put him off to the side, and grab the other one. So for the other one, we do the same thing. Fold the fists straight down, and this one you can make him look like he has horns, because I'm sure you can guess what this one's going to do. And we'll line the fists up and push it down, and he becomes a Decepticon with the nice red eyes, which I like. So yeah, just kind of play with the feet as you see fit. Yeah, that works. Or you could do what I do and just push the feet straight back again, like that. So now he is a Decepticon. And that is a very cool play gimmick. I really like that play gimmick. And if you've watched the show, it's exactly what he does. He is a harbinger of Unicron, and a very cool figure. Now, he has been repainted multiple times, or into Energon Rapid Run, and then I think twice for the Japanese lines. But overall, he's pretty nifty. Again, like a lot of the Armada stuff, not very posable, but fun. And I think having a version of this mold is worthy of being in your collection.